to Supers Live. This is the Super Modified Ultimate Payment Racing Series on the Supers Broadcasting Network. I'll be your host, Bobby G, for tonight's festivities at the 18th Annual Dion Parish Memorial at Kalamazoo Speedway. It is October 12th, 2021, and we have got some great super modified sim racing in store for you here on the Supers Broadcasting Network. We are excited to be able to bring you this race, a very important race. We are going to give you some more information on who Dion Parish was, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the history of the race. But before we do that, let's go back to last week as we opened our 18th consecutive season. And it was a pretty exciting one, to say the least. First to speed at LaPorte Speedway. It was a typical Laporte race. Chaos ensued with a good starting field of 16 cars. But at the end of the night, it ended up being Dave O with the win. He led all 75 laps and became a two-time winner of the Harvest of Speed. It's something that hasn't been done a lot in the history of the race, 18-year history of the race. But Dave coming home a winner here tonight, and happy to have him with us this evening. Excited to have Speedy Man looking for his first Dion Parish Memorial Championship here tonight. So you'll be able to watch him later on. He'll be going for two in a row. He's your defending Supers Gold Crest Wing Super Modified champion. And because of his win last week, he's leading the point standings this week coming into tonight's race. And we think that he's looking to defend that. Now, last week he said that he wasn't sure how many of those races he was going to be able to make this season, but felt like it was a good way to start the season. Certainly a win anytime in Supers competition is a tough one to come by, and Speedy Man will be looking for two in a row here tonight, but his first Dion Parish Memorial win. He's leading the points with 95. Rob Warren is second right now, your all-time Supers winner. Rob Warren in second with 91 points. Keith Powell sets third with 88. Bob Gangwer 76, and Rapid Ryan Clunan is set in the top five right now with 73 points. So that's the way the point standings look right now on the Supers website. You can go to supers.net, click the points tab, find out more about how your favorite super driver is doing in the point standings. It's a season-long 41 race tally to come up with that Supers Gold Crest Wing Super Modified Championship. While you're there, you want to learn more about real super modified racing and the ultimate short track race car, click on the fan tab, then go to Super Modified 101. You'll learn about the ultimate short track race car. There's no two equals in the world, and everyone is unique, and we think unique is good. The ultimate short track race car, the rare, exotic, ground pounding, super modified race car, produces some of the closest, heart stopping racing action around, and rightfully can lay claim to that title of the ultimate short track race car. You got to learn more about it if you've never seen them. We invite you to do that, and you can learn more about where the real super modifieds are racing on our schedule page, where we list all of the super modified sanctions across the country. There's not a lot of them, but the ones that are, we list their schedules on our schedule. We exist to promote real super modified racing to the online sim racing world. Super Modified 101 is your place to go to learn more about the real supers. And also, you can go to the fan tab and learn a little bit more about our history, including the history of this race. This is a pretty spectacular race. It's been going on since the very beginning of Supers competition, the Dion Parish Memorial, run in memory of the driver that lost his life in a testing accident in 2002 at Kalamazoo Speedway. Dion Parish had the never give up attitude that we try to emulate here at Supers, and because of him, we started the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds. Certainly, this race is Super's most important race because of that benevolent fund that raises money for injured super modified drivers. And there wasn't really such a thing. The Eagles fan club at Oswego Speedway raised money for basically Oswego Speedway drivers, super modified racers. Sometimes they would help out with ISMA, but for the most part, they were a real local organization. In 2004, when Supers got its start, we immediately started the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodifieds in Dion's name to help injured supermodified drivers and their families in times of need. Through members' donations, fundraisers, and race sponsorships, we've been able to give back thousands of dollars to help injured drivers through this fund throughout our existence since 2004. And where we're racing tonight, Kalamazoo Speedway, one of the great racetracks in the Midwest, has been around for 72 years now, and saw a whole lot of super modified racing. In reality, in the heartbed of the birthplace of the super modifieds in the Jackson, Berlin, Grand Rapids area, Hastings, Michigan, Kalamazoo, all part of that. Dion was a huge fan of that. His dad helped crew on some of those old cars and loved the old TriSac, the Tri-States Auto Club group that got started at Butler Motor Speedway and then went pavement. They got started as a dirt sprint car group and went pavement racing and became super modifieds. They had sprint cars and super modifieds racing together. Um, that's where it all got started. And Dion was there watching as a child, watching local greats like Marvin, Jerry Carmen, Butch Fedewa, Slam and Sammy Sessions, a little tiger who went on to make it to Indianapolis starts. Bob Seelman. They'd take on the Texas Invaders like Ricky Otts, Paige Reynolds, Leroy Halfin, and Chet Phillip, who also made it to the Speedway and the Indianapolis 500. And they'd mix it up with Ohio visitors like Jim Shirey, Gary Albritton, and Todd Gibson, who were also starters or IndyCar starters. So Dion got to see all of that at Kalamazoo Speedway, and that's where he fell in love with the super modifieds. He always wanted to race his own. He was a multi-time champion in the vintage coupes and went on to own his own super modified, have his own super modified. Loved watching the International Super Modified Association come to Kalamazoo during their annual Michigan Swing in June during the late 1990s. And it's really that dream that he chased that is an inspiration to all of us here at Supers and the reason why we do what we do. Unfortunately, it was at Kalamazoo, the track that he loved so much, that Dion lost his life in a Texas accident in 2002 while he was preparing for a late season event at Sandusky Speedway. But truly, to this day, his spirit lives on, his memory lives on here at Supers because his dedication to the super modified division and never give up attitude was an inspiration for the founding of the Super Modified Sim Racing Sanction and is a constant reminder to all of us here at Supers that there's a whole lot more important things in life than winning races. Uh, don't forget, fans, you can donate to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds. Cash donations to help injured super drivers in their times of need in memory of Dion Parish, because too many times we've seen racers and their families fall on hard times after a super modified crash. A simple ambulance ride from the track to the hospital, man, it can be thousands of dollars. And we don't have to explain that a more severe injury or death can leave a family financially destitute. So any amount helps. Every dollar counts. Make your donations to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds and never give up. Time trials are in the bag, and our B main has been run. Your fast qualifier here tonight, the guy who's looking to win his first Dion Parish Memorial here at Kalamazoo. Speedy Man Dave O was your fast qualifier with a 9.815, just a tick or two off the track record of a 9.6. And he'll be after redraw, he'll have a good starting position here for tonight. The Elite 8 drivers, the top 8 in time trials, redrew for their starting position. Everybody who was ninth or slower went to the B main. And the winner of that, a very happy winner of that, as a matter of fact, Bobby Hayduck out of Brook Park, Ohio. So Hayduck does as good as he could do to try to move up and get a better starting position. So congratulations to Hayduck on the B main win.